Hi, welcome to Nonprofit Narratives. I am Vanessa, the board president of the Autism Society of Acadiana.
And I'm Kristen, and we are so happy to have you join us today as we explore and explain what Autism Society Acadiana does for the Acadiana community.
So we're really excited. This is the 40th year anniversary of the Autism Society Acadiana and the 60th year anniversary for the Autism Society of America. Our mission is super simple. We just want to connect autistic individuals and their families with the community and the community with the autistic community, because the idea is the connection is you. So if people are going to live lives fully, they need to be able to interact with one another in a way that is inclusive and safe. Kristen, do you want to tell them a little bit about what families can expect?
Absolutely. So you mentioned the connection is you, and to really drive home to families what that entails is we want to make connections in every aspect. We want families to connect with one another. We want teens and young adults to connect with one another in the sense of hanging out, doing like activities that they enjoy. We also host programs and events that bring all of these families together along with community partners. So oftentimes we will host an event where we have local businesses, pillars of the community come attend alongside our families. Everyone can meet. It's very inclusive. But also another connection is we connect families to the resources here in Acadiana. So from birth till the age of 99, we have information, whether it's local, state, national, government agencies that we can connect families with to kind of help you along your journey at whatever stage your loved one may be, starting school, transitioning out of high school into college, looking for a job, and everything in between. So we really we're there along for the entirety of your loved one.
That sounds great. I would like to share a little bit about some of the programs that we run, a couple of which are near and dear to my heart, which is the support group programs. We have a support groups meeting for moms or female caregivers. I think they went axe throwing this weekend, I believe.
Yes.
A few bullseyes in there for some of our moms. So that was really exciting. And it's just a chance for moms and female caregivers to connect, talk to one another about the different stages in life. So whether you're a mom of a young child, you may be able to meet a mom of an adult, and she can kind of talk you through and mentor you through some of the things that challenge our families. One of our other support groups is the sibling support group. That's the one that I run. I'm a sibling, so it worked out to be kind of one of my passions. And it's a chance for kids ages 5 to 17 to get together and we talk about life. I mean, it's pretty much that easy. We talk about our siblings, we talk about our family, we talk about our parents, our future, and just kind of what it looks like to be a sibling of a person with autism. We have quarterly resource forums, which kind of act as sort of like a support group for everybody in Acadiana. It's a chance to hear about some local businesses and what they offer, to ask questions, to make comments. You can interact with people that are on there with us. It's just the support group program is really, really nice, and kind of one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite, Kristen?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. One of the things that I look forward to every year, I think, is our teacher mini grant program. Not only because it helps students in the classroom to just have a better experience all around. I love enjoying seeing the teachers, what kind of resources, programs, products that they can incorporate into their classroom to just really help their autistic kids have a better all-around experience. I think my second favorite one, or really up there, is the Congressional App Challenge, where we partner with CGI. The kids make these remarkable apps. The innovation, the imagination, the things that our kids come up with is just remarkable. It always wows me, and of course, all of the mentors and the representatives with CGI in Lafayette offer us this mentorship program, and it's just phenomenal all around. But I also love our trunk or treat, and I love our Christmas social, and I don't know, there's too much. I like everything.
So revisiting that CGI, I got to talk to some of the mentors from last year, and apparently your daughter's app was the fan favorite. What did she make for them?
Yes. So the goal is to create an app that changes the world. It can be on a large scale, a small scale, and she came up with an app. Michael Jackson is her absolute favorite, but she uses Michael Jackson music to often explain something that she's going through, which is a little bit more complex than what she's able to use her natural vocabulary to get across. So maybe if she's frustrated or angry, she'll play Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson song Scream, or if she feels like she's being ignored, she'll play They Don't Care About Us. Just the list goes on. And so she wanted to bring that opportunity to other people. She created an app where you utilize push a button to play songs that kind of match the emotion or the feelings you're going through. And we had an absolute blast, as we always do.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. She loves it.
So I will say one of my other favorites that we've really only kind of kickstarted in the last year or so has been the Inclusive Gardening Club. That project has just kind of blew me away from listening to the preliminary kind of like idea and then what it's become. So that is a project hosted by our Vice President, Julie Como. She runs it at the Children's Museum in their outside kind of garden playground space. It's been entirely grant funded, and it's really cool to see. They are actually a bronze level garden for the Native Plant Project, I think.
Absolutely.
And just watching it kind of grow from this, let's pull out some weeds, to all of a sudden it's this whole playground space. It's been kind of cool to watch.
Absolutely. So Lori Linton with Children's Museum of Acadiana has been instrumental in just being so welcoming and inviting with this project. And you're correct, Julie Como worked tirelessly. She got a grant from University of Alabama, and she has transformed the outdoors of Children's Museum. She has put in a Zen area, which is probably my favorite, but there are planters that are wheelchair level. There is a native plant area. There's some yoga poses. The scenery is completely transformed. It's really cool. So if you aren't knowledgeable to it, there is something called Sensory Sundays at the Children's Museum. It is for families of any loved one who has sensory challenges. And basically you sign up on the Children's Museum of Acadiana website, and those are usually work days. You can come out, either chill in the Zen area, or if you're up for getting your fingers a little dirty, you can come and dig in the dirt and help on project days. But it's a wonderful, wonderful project.
Nice. And you had mentioned a little bit early about the Teacher Mini Grant program. I know that's getting ready to kind of kickstart for the 25-26 season.
Yes.
Applications are going to be available when?
October 1st. Every year you can count on it. October 1st is when applications go live. If you have questions, contact the office. We would be so happy to help you figure out, what works for your classroom and answer any questions you might have.
And the other grant program that we offer with the Autism Society of Acadiana is our family stipends, which the application process is open right now. So you can go on our website or our link tree and you can find the information for that. It'll be open through the 31st. And then we ask, give us a little time to read through the applications and things like that before we're able to get with the committee and award those out. But those are available for anything that normal insurance wouldn't cover. So camps and devices and music lessons or horseback riding or swimming, anything like that might help your child thrive. And not just child, it can be adults or teenagers, anything like that. Anything you want to add about that?
Absolutely.
program?
So just to kind of weigh in on, it can be yourself. If you are an autistic person, teenager, young adult, older adult, whatever, and there's something you really like that would help enhance your life, please feel free to apply. If you're an active member and you've attended at least 6 things since last August, then you definitely qualify. Just check us out. Our website is acadianaautism.org.
So that all sounds really cool. And I'm definitely excited about the last half of the year. But I guess we will talk a little bit more about that probably in the next segment after we take a small break.
All right, sounds good.
Looking to grow your nonprofit's impact? Join AOC Community Media for Nonprofit Nourish, a quarterly meetup designed to connect, empower, and elevate local changemakers. Each session features expert-led workshops, free headshots, PSA recordings, and a light lunch, all at no cost. Topics rotate quarterly, spotlighting a range of areas including storytelling, media strategy, and community outreach. Space is limited. Register now at aocinc.org/nonprofit, and let's nourish the good together. Whether you're just starting out or leading a seasoned organization, there's a seat at the table for you. Let's build a stronger, more connected nonprofit community, one story at a time. Acadiana nonprofits are the heartbeat of our community, and Nonprofit Narratives brings their stories to life. Produced by AOC Community Media, this half-hour series showcases local organizations, highlighting their missions, impacts, and the people they serve. From youth mentorships to environmental advocacy, each episode celebrates the voices driving change across Acadiana. Tune in to AOC Channels 1 and 2, stream at aocinc.org/watch, and download AOC's streaming app found on most streaming platforms. Real stories, local heroes. This is Nonprofit Narratives.
Welcome back to Nonprofit Narratives. Again, my name is Vanessa. I am the board president for the Autism Society.
And hi, I'm Kristen. I'm an office assistant with Autism Society of Acadiana as well. And I think in this segment, we're going to talk about how the community can get involved in our programs, correct?
Yeah, we spent kind of a lot of time in the first one talking about how the autistic community can connect. So yeah, it seems like we should talk about how the community, the neurotypical community, can turn around and connect back with us. One of the ways that we like to do that, we did mention in the first segment, is our teacher mini grants. It's a chance for teachers to connect. The other one would be our first responder training. It's a really interesting program where police and sheriff's departments and firefighters and EMS can kind of learn about our community and share some of what maybe makes them anxious about responding to an emergency situation that would involve folks with autism. It gives them a chance to meet some people with autism and just kind of a chance to connect, as it were.
Absolutely. And from the other side of it, also kids, family members, loved ones who may have some sensory challenges can go meet and greet first responders, whether that's paramedics, firefighters, police officers, security guards, even people in the medical field, just to kind of establish that relationship and say, hey, if I am having an emergency, I can approach this person. Some of the other things we do is we'll provide some cards to where if someone has communication challenges, they can present the card. We'll also discuss scenarios in which an autistic driver, if an autistic driver were to be pulled over, what are some practice things we can do to make sure that everyone remains safe in that scenario as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I really like that program.
Yes, it's definitely needed, absolutely. And we discuss the CAD system as well. We let people know what resources are available in all of the parishes where you can register your loved one with your residential specific law enforcement CAD system or dispatch registry. So that way, if you make a 911 call, automatically dispatch will have a notification that there's a loved one at this address who has this diagnosis. These are some of the behaviors that may present whenever they are approached, and how to best handle it. So they can kind of help the person who's first on the scene navigate that a little better and have a better outcome.
Yeah, so we'll say if you are a first responder or you're in charge of first responders and you would like to have a training with us, just reach out to the office or email us and let us know, and we'll kind of get something on the books where we can do that with you. For our families, if you go to our website under our resource tab, there's a spot for like kind of emergency information, preparing for hurricanes, building emergency kits. There are some like communication boards for emergencies and things like that, kind of all under there. And you can just kind of peruse through the different services that are featured on our website. But as far as connecting with the community and the community with us, do you have any other ways that they can get involved?
So I do want to mention that we pride ourselves in the fact that the majority of our programs and events are at no cost or very, very little cost to our families. We want all of our families and we want the community to come together with all of these programs and not have the added stress of figuring out how to pay for it or tally that into it. We want it to be a place where people can come, meet, greet, network, socialize, and just make memories with their families and the community. But that does take the help of the community. So anybody can absolutely assist us in making this dream continue. You can sponsor any event. If you have a favorite event, like we were talking about earlier, feel free to sponsor it. We can name the event in partnership with you. You can also go on our website. You can donate. You can host your own fundraiser. If you want to have a garage sale, we've had kids have lemonade stands. We've had people do fantasy football. We've had people approach us and say, hey, I'll host this wonderful bowling event, league bowling, and we have Theron and the league bowlers at Acadiana Lanes help out every year. So there's really no limit. Anybody who wants to be giving and wants to continue to see these events and programs go on year after year can absolutely help out.
Yeah, and some of the fundraisers even like they happen annually. So like Egg Your Yard is a fun one to get involved with. Egg Your Yard is not as bad as it sounds. We're not going to come egg your house. We're going to egg your house.
Not in this heat.
with Easter-filled eggs. So like you could egg yourself, you could egg a family member, you could egg a business. But the money raised from that goes to fun programs. So that's one way to get involved is through fundraisers. We have I think the 50-50 raffle was a pretty good one. The prizes
popular.
were really nice. We have our walk every year. Just fun ways to get involved. One of the ones that continues all year long is our Walmart Roundup program. Super easy. You go to Walmart online, and on your way out of checkout, you just round up to the nearest dollar and click the Autism Society as your charity, and we get that dime or that nickel or that penny. But I mean, as you said, yeah, every little bit helps.
Yes.
So yeah, there's tons of ways to get involved, and if money is not a way to get involved for you, we take volunteers for just about everything.
Absolutely. So we have a running sign up for volunteers. If you go to our app, it's a Linktree app. It's linktree.com/Acadiana Autism, or just go to our website, acadianaautism.org. You see it's bright green Linktree, click on it and just look for year-round volunteer opportunities. We'd love to have you. If you have a church group, a school group, or anything, you can get involved in one of our many programs, whether it's helping out with Trunk or Treat, our annual spring picnic, which is also an autism celebration and family fun day, any of the events, our Christmas social, you name it, we would love to have you there. And even just something as simple as if you come across a post on our social media, whether it's one of our 2 Facebook pages or Instagram, press the share button, press the like button, just getting the word out there. We get calls all the time, families saying, I have a 15-year-old who was diagnosed at 3 and I didn't realize you guys exist and what do you do? And we're able to tell them, look, if we're promoting an event and it's something you think you would enjoy, just register online and come on over. We'd love to have you. We can give them information on teen or young adult hangout groups. We can tell them about specialized schools or even get them started with who to contact to get respite care or waiver services. Any of those things, we'd love to help out.
So we've talked a little bit about different ways for different specific groups to get involved. Upcoming this fall, there's going to be a job fair, so even a chance for businesses to connect with the autism community, right?
Absolutely. So LEDA, which is a pillar in job search in Acadiana, is teaming up with a bunch of great organizations, ASHRM and Louisiana Workforce Commission, Autism Society of Acadiana, Families Helping Families. They're also on board with Louisiana Rehabilitative Services, or LRS, to bring you another great Acadiana Opportunity Job Fair. And it'll be in October. Check out our website, and it's for anybody looking for work that may be adapted to what their strengths are. So we definitely encourage anybody, even considering working, to come out and check out what this job fair has to offer.
Yeah, we've been involved in that for a couple years now, huh?
Yes, this is actually our 4th year participating in the planning committee, and every year it is so inspiring and awesome, and we love it. We love connecting people with potential careers, employers with great potential employees, and so on.
Yeah, I mean, we sound really busy.
We are, but that's good.
Yeah. So if there's any of this that you really enjoyed listening to, that you just want to kind of find out more about, every event that we have is listed on our website. So you can look under events and programs for just the kind of events that we host every year, like our trunk or treat that's coming up, or our Christmas party. If you're interested in more of some of the support things that we talked about, you can go under the support tab, and it'll share our support groups. It'll share information on the teacher mini grant programs and the family stipends. A little bit about our first responder training is there. If you're interested in ways to connect, there's a spot for getting involved, whether that is through volunteer, through donations. One of the other ways to get involved would be to consider being a board member. Maybe you have a lot of free time on your hands, or even not a lot, and you just feel like really, really passionate about connecting with some part of what we've talked about today. Applications and interviews for board of directors is in September. So that is right around the corner if that is something that interests you. If you are really interested in one of our fundraisers, there's a tab on the website that talks about every single one of our fundraisers that kind of happens throughout the year. Basically the website is your one-stop shop. If you're looking for certain resources, there's a resource tab. It is sectioned out by parish. So maybe you're looking for something a little bit closer to home. As we come across resources, they go there. So it's an easy way to find that. But of course, you can always call the office or contact us through email for sure. But if you need that website, it is acadianaautism.org. And then what email can they reach out to?
Sure, they can reach us at contact@acadianaautism.org. Or if you find us on Facebook, like I said, we have 2 Facebook pages. Our office page, Acadiana Autism Society Acadiana, or ASA Helper page is the sister page, and you send us a message through there, and we'll be happy to help. If we can't, we'll try to find someone who can. From a national level, also, if you're looking for any kind of additional trainings, whether that be water safety trainings or trainings for employers or organizations, Autism Society America does offer some online trainings for a bit of a donation, and you can have a whole group participate in the trainings or just an individual, and it is thoroughly researched information that can help anyone in the community.